Shoot.
All right, ladies, we are standing here at the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, Greece. We've had a whirlwind trip. We've been to so many places, olive oil, wine tasting, cooking class, dance class. But first, what made you pick this specific program going to Greece?
Well, I am a global business major, and it is a requirement for us to do some sort of study abroad program or internship. And worst case scenario, you could do an online internship. But I wanted to do an in-person class, and this was one of the options. I liked it because it was a shorter semester. It wasn't like a 6-week course or something longer. And I really liked the Greece aspect of it. And I'm really kind of into learning about different cultures. So the title of it was Food and Culture. So that's why I picked it.
Awesome.
So it's not a requirement for me. I'm a psychology major, but I've always wanted to study abroad, and I've traveled a few countries in Europe. And I had previously taken international wine and culture, so I thought it was a great opportunity to go study abroad for a short period amount of time and kind of go off that one class and then study food and culture.
Perfect.
I originally was supposed to be going to Florence for the 6 weeks, but the way it worked out, like I wanted to go home and work, have my summer job, and this was a very affordable option, and it was not a big time commitment, so I felt like it was much more bang for your buck instead of going there and we got to experience a lot of excursions that you wouldn't necessarily have included in a plan if you were taking 3 classes. So yeah, that was it for me.
I graduate early, and I've always wanted to study abroad, so I wanted to do a semester, but with everything being pushed faster, this was like a better chance, like you said, bang for money buck. That's
it.
And also my roommate Rachel and Elena, they had to study abroad, and usually they're a little scared of traveling, and I love to travel, and I was like, oh, this is the perfect time because it's short and it's nice that we can go together, and it's the cheap amount of money, but also I was able to study abroad before I graduated.
I've always heard great things about Athens and Greece, and it's a beautiful country here, so I'm really happy that I chose this program.
I would say, so we kind of looked into it together, study abroad, because we have to do a trip for our business honors program. And when we were looking at the different trips, we saw that this one was about a little less than 2 weeks. What is it, 10 days?
Yeah,
10 days.
Like perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing, perfect amount of time to be away. And it also, I just really wanted to see Greece. That really was a place that interested me in going.
Like knowing about different cultures within the U.S., but I never really, outside of going to, resorts in Mexico and Niagara Falls, I had never been out of the country. So I wanted to expand it, because that's something that I've enjoyed about myself, that I feel like I know a lot of different, states. I've been to a lot of states. I know a lot of people from different states. So I wanted to kind of expand that into a different country.
Really, I've never traveled either anywhere really, thought it was about time to learn and explore.
Excellent. What made you pick this trip?
I definitely wanted to study abroad, and I like the dates of it a lot because I have a lot of family birthdays over the summer, so the dates were perfect. The price was nice, and I knew that I was coming on a trip solo for the first time, so 9 days would be okay if I didn't click with strangers, but I did.
I found it on the website, just simply. I saw it. It looked neat. I saw the Greece part, and I was like, that looks interesting, and I think that it kind of pulled me in,
Perfect.
Okay.
Jesus, how'd you find out about the trip?
So basically, I looked it up on USF World, and I saw that Greece, Athens had a program for 9 days, and I was like, let me get that because it's the most affordable one out of all of them too. So
Beautiful, awesome. And then, Amber, how about you? How'd you find out about the trip to Athens?
Well, I am in global business. I have to study abroad to graduate at USF, so I was looking as well on USF World for a shorter study abroad course. This one seemed really exciting. I'd never been to Greece, and it was food and culture, which piqued my interest. So through USF World, I was able to sign up.
I chose it because I feel Greece for me has always been somewhere I really wanted to go. That's really why. It's just a place I've always wanted to experience, so I'm really happy I got to.
Now, how did you actually find it? Was it online? Or how did you discover the program?
I think, me and my friend, I have a friend who goes to USF, he was talking to about doing an abroad trip. I had a friend do the semester in Italy or in Florence. And so I kind of just wanted to, you know, do that. I've never traveled like outside of the country. And I was looking for, you know, something to do maybe. And I found this one through looking through the USF, I think, just study abroad page. And yeah, and then I did it. And I got a scholarship for it too and everything that I applied for through USF. So that covered almost everything.
Fantastic. How about you, Sophia?
Yeah, I found it online, and what I liked about it too is because like all my classes are kind of all over the place, so no matter what major you were, you could take this, and it was something that you could just go right from school right into the study abroad trip.
Maybe just pick out one highlight or one very, very memorable thing we did that you think you'll never gonna forget.
Probably the dance class, because we did do a lot of stuff with food and like learning about the culture, but I thought the dance class was really cool because just like learning like an activity that's really close to like all the people here. You could tell they were very passionate about like their group dances they do, and it's like a big part of their culture. They said at many like events like baptisms, weddings, like they all do these dances together. So I thought it was really cool for them to like let us in on that. And yeah, they're very passionate about what they do here.
That's great.
So
Fantastic.
I would definitely have to agree with the dance class. It was really like nice too, because I danced in high school, and obviously it was very different experience, but the dance I'm used to is very like individual, you know, and it feels very like representative of like the culture I've seen here of just being connected. You know, you walk down the street and like people are, you know, you're making eye contact. I feel like in the US we're so used to just like driving and honking at each other and being angry all the time. So I think it's really nice that like you kind of experience that connected culture.
Probably like the tzatziki. Honestly.
We like the food, right? Yeah. Tzatziki's amazing. Did we make any tzatziki?
Yeah, we made it in like a cooking class, so we learned how.
Tell me about that. How was the cooking class? What did you get out of that?
It was really cool. I don't cook a lot, so like it was pretty easy to make. Like it wasn't that bad. So.
Fantastic.
Yes, feta mint strawberries so good.
We do Fanta with watermelon.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the welcome dinner in Athens.
Oh, really?
Because we had a lot of fun in Belgrade. The welcome dinner, like you could feel the energy that all of us were like super excited to get to Athens. So then we finally got there, and then it was like our first big dinner, like all of us together. We'd already kind of spent some time together over the 3 days before, and then we all like just had dinner together and then walked around. It was really like bonding. And I really
Fantastic.
liked it.
What'd you think of the Acropolis?
I loved it. Worth the hike.
And worth the hike.
Worth the hike.
Not too long, right?
No, the hike was not long at all.
Excellent. And what'd you think about the accommodations? I know we've been at a couple hotels.
I liked it. Just the only tiff was like repacking all of our stuff for like the one day in Kalamata.
Of course,
But
exactly.
aside from that, they were all really pretty.
Fantastic.
And had balconies.
Awesome.
Great. 10 out of 10, I would say.
But not a single complaint. It's really been a great time and great experience. I feel like I've definitely learned a lot and experienced a lot that I have not even thought about experiencing.
Okay.
Maybe the wine tasting or the Greek dance class. That was so fun. That was. Oh my god.
So tell me a little about the Greek dance class. What did it involve?
It was professional and traditional and fun and easy to break down for us, but it was beautiful. That's all I got.
And what did we do in that class? Can you kind of describe what we did?
We learned the steps. We learned the traditional counts for the folk songs.
I probably have to agree with that. I really enjoyed all the stuff that we did throughout the trip when we were all together. Mm-hmm. I felt like that just made it 10 times more fun.
Fantastic.
So definitely that.
Why do you think it's so fun doing excursions with people as a group versus by yourself?
We're all meeting new people for the first time, and it's something like, because I feel like with the study abroad in Florence, there's so many people that this was kind of more intimate and like things like that. So it was good to kind of have a nice family for a little bit.
Yeah, it was nice.
So
Thank you, Dimitri.
Thank you, Dimitri.
Dimitri, you're the best. You're the best.
So, what are some of your favorite foods or meals or specific ingredients maybe that you've been loving here in Greece?
So I'm a big fan of lamb actually, and I know I eat some lamb dishes in the U.S., but I think that when we got here, they first said that lamb is becoming much less popular, which was very interesting to me. But just the type of meat is very tender. I find like not even just lamb; it's like the kebab that they have and the way they cook it is definitely it's interesting to have, and it's interesting to see the way that they do it in different kind of dishes.
All of them, honestly, have been great. I'm so happy to be here. The dance class yesterday was great. It felt like we were really, coming together, learning about something that's very special to, this culture. Even like the food tasting, oil tasting, the winery, everything. Honestly, has been just a great experience. So
fantastic.
I cannot pinpoint one.
Wow. So lots of memorable moments. How about you, Lexi? Anything specific?
No, I agree with Maria. I really did like the going up Acropolis Hill. That was very cool. And touring that area, just because you see people posting pictures there sometimes on vacation, and that's, I've never really gone out of the country before, so that was something that was really neat to get to do once in my life.
I mean, just the sightseeing and the archaeology here is insane. So, I mean, I know it's basic to be like, oh, the biggest tourist attraction, the Acropolis and the Parthenon, but seeing that, how they're rebuilding it, and this thing that was built so long ago, 500 years before Jesus Christ was born, it's just insane. And I've never seen anything like that.
Amazing.
In the United States, there isn't anything like that anywhere else in the world.
So many places that we ate at. The trees, the inside, outside, al fresco dining.
Yeah.
That's unique, right?
Yeah, oh, it's very unique. Honestly, like, just the way all the plants and stuff grow into the buildings and stuff. There's a lot of buildings with vines growing on it, or trees that are kind of attached to them, or just like this, where the trees are just growing into the building. It feels a lot more natural. It feels like they're really building around the nature here instead of just like flattening it and just doing it.
Mine was like the culture and the food. I'm a really big foodie when I travel, so being able to try like a new culture, because obviously like I'm always used to like the Asian food and like American food, but now that I get to try the Greek style, and like just everybody like hospitality, like everybody's so nice here, and just like European like culture all over.
Trevor, you have any great memories of this trip?
Too many. Every day was so memorable for me. I mean, specifically, I would say that olive oil tasting was really memorable, and going up the TV tower in Serbia and just seeing the city from there was just experiences that I'll never forget.
Yeah, it just felt like every day, every place we went to, it was just something new to see that you had never even seen before, anything like it, and seeing it with everyone, and everyone was seeing it for the first time. So it was cool. That it was just everything is memorable. There's not something that I'm not gonna remember when I'm having kids and telling them about my study abroad experiences, and maybe going abroad with them and saying I saw this when I was in college.
Exactly. What did you guys think of the Acropolis Hill and the Parthenon?
It's unfathomable. You just don't even know what you're looking at, but it's insane, and it's so historic, and I don't even like history, and I am in awe every time I look at it.
It's just such a historic place, and I mean it's crazy that they were able to build that over 2,500 years ago, and all the knowledge and history behind it is so amazing, and to see it in the modern day it's just a wild thing.
I would say the swimming on the beach in Kalamata at 6 a.m. We got to see the sunrise with Professor Joe, and it was just a really unforgettable, once-in-a-lifetime moment, like in the Mediterranean Sea. So beautiful, and with so many great people.
It was beautiful, huh? Did you think you were going to be swimming before you got here?
Oh, no, I did not, but I packed just in case. I did.
That's great. Hey, Sus, how about you, man? Memorable moment, something you'll take away and you'll be telling your family later in the future?
Man, there's a lot of them, but I will say the dancing, because I love to dance. So we did a little dancing with a group. I find that very intriguing, especially when like everybody was holding hands. I think that's like a good community build-up type of thing. So
that's great.
That being said, I just enjoyed it.
And the dancing, like you said, the dancing is with the group, right? Yeah. So we had a lot of fun. We did it together.
Yeah, we did it together. The instructor was very patient with us, although we didn't mess up, I'd say. But
we did good. We did good. Excellent. Fantastic. What did he say? He said we weren't Greek, but because of the fact that we weren't Greek, he gave us a pretty good score, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a little background in dancing, so
Oh, I didn't know that. That's why you're doing so good.
Something like that.
Blake, how about you, man? Memorable moment.
I'd have to the Acropolis. I thought that was beautiful to see all the history and the massiveness of like all the marble. It's just so large. It was astonishing.
Fantastic.
Yes, I mean to experiencing all the food and the culture here, and you know, it just really shows you like what these people eat and what they drink and what they enjoy,
and how their life is, and yeah, well, I guess what they experience on a daily basis, what they eat, what they go out and drink at night and during the day. And
yeah, my favorite food here has to be the gyros. I mean, the gyros are great, and I mean, just the tzatziki here is so much different than what it is in America. It really has been a great experience, and I would say that's my favorite food.
How about the pita bread? The pita bread.
Yeah, the pita bread's great.
And everything is so fresh.
Yes.
I mean, just in Greece, we keep seeing oranges everywhere. The breakfast, every orange juice, it's always fresh orange juice. You see them squeezing it, and it's fantastic. Like everything's so fresh. We had tomatoes with the olive oil tasting. It was, oh my god! It's just like it doesn't even compare to anything I've had in the U.S. Really, and it's the same fruit, same fruit, vegetables.
Getting around the city, no big deal, right? You get the metro.
Easy metro, I love it.
Metro was great. Cheap tickets, very straightforward. And the guides, really did a good job of explaining where to get off and on and where's the main hubs and stuff like that.
That's great.
So, yeah.
You're able to do it on your own if you really need to. Like Google Maps is a really big thing here, using that.
And when it comes to, not to cut you off, when it comes to walking around, like most places are very close to one another. It's never going to be like over an hour walk considering where you're at.
Good point. Good
You
point.
have to walk, you can walk anywhere.
Yeah, I know you and a couple friends went to go see a movie, and,
we were
and shopping is easy too. With
shopping. Overall, like walking around, like you said, is so much easier. It's like it's pretty safe. Like a lot of people are scared because they think it's like, oh, you're in a new country, it's hard, like it's difficult, you won't be able to speak the language. Like everybody speaks pretty good English or is able to communicate. Otherwise, you can't. Me and Maria used Google Translate to even order food, and it worked out perfectly fine. Just knowing like the main words like yes, no, thank you, excuse me, please, it really helps out, and everybody loves it.
I mean, that was my first time ever using any sort of like subway metro station. I thought it was like pretty easy the way they explained it to us, at least. Like I think I probably could get used to it, and I really like that we have to walk around a lot. You don't get to do that really in Florida at all.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was
Fantastic.
a cool new experience.
There was a lot of walking, wasn't there?
There was a lot of walking. Yeah.
There was a lot of eating too.
Yeah, a lot
So-
of eating.
Yeah.
I mean, the Uber is
Balance
always
it out.
also like available, which is a plus in case like if the metro shuts down, you're still out. But it was really quick
Good point.
and easy.
Good point. What did you think about the metro, Sophia? Using the metro?
Quick, easy. I would think it was great that you saw the time, so you can quickly. If you miss the train, okay, the next one's coming in 7 minutes. And it was kind of something like Vanessa said. We think now we can go anywhere.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
anywhere.
gotcha.
Anywhere.
What do you think about the people in Greece, specifically Athens here? I know we were in Kalamata for a little bit.
I mean, all the people seem great. The hospitality is amazing, and they're so accommodating, and they're actually very patient for speaking English, and they want to speak English to you. Sometimes they'll see that you obviously don't really know what you're looking at, and they ask you, oh, do you speak English? Like, and see how they can help you and communicate with you in your language, and not get frustrated with you and you don't speak in their language.
Great.
Yeah, everyone's been very hospitable. I mean, they're all very nice to Americans. I thought that we'd be getting a little bit more animosity, but it's really been a great experience.
Great. What do you think about getting around Athens? Do you feel safe? Is it a pretty easy place to navigate? What do you think about that?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think so.
so for sure.
I mean, we were taking the metro, and I always felt safe. That everyone we've met here, I kept saying I feel like we got like the perfect experience, because anyone we needed help from or like went up to, everyone was so helpful and so nice here. I would say I definitely felt safe. I mean, especially when we were like out at night and stuff, like I still felt completely fine.
Yeah, it definitely feels like you can, if you have a question or anything, there's people everywhere you can ask.
I would say people are very helpful here. Like I know we went out to eat, and one of our meals was like 20 euros and like 50 cents. And they were just like, oh, just the 20's fine.
Yeah.
Like they're very helpful here and very
understanding.
understanding.
Exactly. So
Honestly, I feel pretty safe here, and something that I want to note is how clean they are. It seems like people are respectful of their space, and compared to someone who's from New York and kind of uses subway systems, I think it's very, very great and very easy to kind of manage and go through.
Right. And like people helping you if you're sort of disoriented, people seem to be helping you find your way.
Yes, for the most part. And even like I know sometimes they'll tell you to like put your bag on your front when you're traveling on the subway just in case. I was actually going up the escalator today on our way here, and there was a really sweet lady behind me, and she like tapped me because my phone was in my back pocket, and she's like, "Hey," put it, and I was like, "Thank you, I forgot." So really sweet things like that.
I thought it was pretty easy. Honestly, we didn't know how much we actually knew until we realized that we're going to go on an adventure, just us two. And then we figured it out fine.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
It's a lot easier than I thought. It kind of reminds me of like Philly.
It's a cool experience. I mean, I'm from New York. I see the subway all the time, and like seeing this, it's very similar, and it's almost easier to navigate, even though it's in a different. It's just everything's very clean also, and having these people here to help us too. They say, next stop, and they tell us, if you come here on your own, this is what stop you're going to be at, and this is how many stops the city center is. So it's definitely cool to experience traveling around here and walking around here, taking the metro and the bus in Serbia, and it's very, very interesting to experience different public transportation.
Using euros in Athens. I know it's different, a little bit different, but what do you think? How difficult is that?
I think it's very easy.
Yeah, there hasn't been any issues here.
The conversion is basically, just the euros are worth a little bit less than dollar, right?
Yeah.
So, and then in Serbia, the dinar was very similar, and it was obviously the conversion. So, $10 is 1,000 dinar, but I feel like it was very easy to pick up on that, easier than I thought it would be.
It's definitely an adjustment, but it's not, it's something you'll get accustomed to within the first few days.
So overall safety of being here in Athens, getting around, right? What did you guys think? Your opinion?
I would say relatively everything is safe. I mean, you got beautiful streets. I mean, it's very organized. I like the structure of it, the tiles. Like everything about it's just so beautiful. Like it's surreal to me because coming from the States, you got the regular concrete floors, but here it's more of like that tile, beautiful designs on the floors. So,
beautiful, excellent.
So with the transportation, I thought it was really awesome, really convenient, because in America, we do not have anywhere near that kind of level of transportation. Everyone has a car, and so it was really interesting to see a lot less cars and everyone getting around through metros and buses and things like that, and also getting to walk around a bit more instead of just driving places. We were able to find a lot more to do, and we stopped at a lot of places that we wouldn't have otherwise.
The streets, they felt safe. At no point did I feel in danger. Everything about Athens has been great. The transportation was good. I love the metro. I've never been on a metro before. Of course, I don't think I have. And it was great. It was simple to use. I never felt like I was about to be in the wrong spot. And I felt confident going between the lines and everything like that. And the Uber taxis were so nice. It was so easy to get them, and they felt so safe. They were all very nice.
So after this trip, are you feeling more confident? Do you see yourself inspired to maybe do more international travel?
Absolutely.
For sure, yes.
Absolutely. This is my first time traveling by myself to another country. So it was really nice to experience and, kind of get a taste of everything, especially learning how to use the metro. Because I feel like we could have, done a bus or arranged something, but being able to do that, I think that was really, really, really helpful.
Fantastic.
I agree with that. It is neat to learn how to use the metro, and I've never really used the subway in New York, so that was fun.
So, but in what ways do you feel inspired to do more travel, Lexi?
I would say because with my degree being in global business, and I do have that inclination to want to go travel. I don't know, it just has inspired me. I feel more comfortable now that I've been by myself, and I'm more interested, but I also feel like I have more of an understanding of the ins and outs of how to travel and the differences to expect in other countries.
Fantastic,
So,
fantastic.
Can I add something?
Absolutely.
I think that having good moments with people, I think that also adds to it, because it just shows you that there's more to life than just the college that you go to in your small town or whatever it is. So kind of expanding and venturing out and having good moments, I think is just really, really inspiring.
Fantastic. Think about the very first, maybe the day in the airport when we left. your level of confidence, and maybe even not that you were, but maybe some people's anxiety and nervousness and low level of confidence maybe to now. I mean, it's pretty incredible, right? What's happened in 9 days?
Difference. Yeah, it is. I was anxious when I got to the airport because I was alone at first, and I even went to the wrong desk to check in, and I was freaking out a little bit. But I traveled with Wendy too, so that also helped me gain the confidence I needed to travel. But if I was doing that alone, I would have been freaked out. But coming here now too, and like walking around the city, like just on our own and stuff, like really putting ourselves out there, like that definitely like made me more comfortable.
Right. What'd you think, Sophia, as far as day one to now?
As far as day one and now, I was traveling alone as well to Zurich, and like that's where I stopped, and I was like, oh my gosh, like where am I? Nobody speaks English. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I don't get on my plane? Joe's gonna be upset.
We would have waited.
But no,
for
it was clean.
It's fantastic.
Easy.
I have always been like, I'm a very stressed out person. I was very scared to do a study abroad trip. I would say I was very hesitant to do it because I just never really traveled anywhere, especially like without my family. But I would say like, I feel like I've grown so much, even though this trip was so short. I loved it. I definitely want to travel more and see more now that I know that I can be comfortable in another country.
Yeah, it was also very like, I think beneficial to the whole experience that we had so many things planned. You know, I feel like my main thing of like when I was thinking about traveling abroad before, it's just kind of like overwhelming. I feel like I would like just kind of sit in a hotel room and like not know what to do, not know where to go, not know like what the right things to do are. I mean, this trip was like perfectly planned out. Like, I mean, I know we're all exhausted, but it's like for the best. I mean, because otherwise I think I'd just be, you know, not kind of blind walking into it. So we had like perfect meals planned out. We had, you know, tour guides and stuff that were very educated, and I felt like I was getting like a very like authentic and like realistic presentation.
Fantastic. Right. So you like the order and the sort of the schedule.
Yeah, I mean,
things.
we experienced like the absolute most we could here in such a short amount of time.
Right.
I mean, it feels like we've been here for so long because we've done so many different things that I probably would have never planned on a vacation. So.
I even told my boyfriend, like, now that I've been in Europe, I definitely feel more confident if we were to just come here on our own, which makes me excited because now I kind of feel comfortable enough to actually go travel to different places I want to here. Whereas before, I definitely would have been more afraid to do that if I never came on this trip first.
I think definitely with also like all the excursions and things we did and tried, it makes me want to go, instead of just going on vacation, like going and actually trying something, whether that's the dance class or tastings or whatever else was going on, it definitely makes me feel like more inclined to do so.
Exactly. That's awesome. And what do you guys think of your two fearless trip leaders?
Oh,
awesome.
love them.
Oh my gosh.
The best.
Yeah,
Uncle
wouldn't
Joe,
choose anyone else.
Uncle Joe and
Angie.
Your fearless trip leaders?
Yes.
How are they? They good?
Amazing.
So awesome.
I wish you all were part of my family.
Me too.
Yes.
It's funny, I was telling the guys yesterday, I said I would invite all 15 of you over for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And how about your two fearless trip leaders? Were they
Amazing.
Were they good? Okay. Little
Auntie
plug,
Angie and Uncle Joe.
Little plug for them. Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Let's go eat dinner. What'd you guys think of your two fearless trip leaders?
Oh, they're amazing. Aunt and uncle? You mean
aunt and uncle? They became family to us. You know what I'm saying? Family.
No, we love you guys. You guys are all fantastic. It's just amazing dynamic. Thanks, folks. I don't know about them, huh?
Oh, Uncle Joe and Auntie Angie? I mean, I think they're pretty good.
They're so-so.
So, huh?
They're all right.
They're okay. They take care of you.
Of course, yeah.
Fantastic.
I feel very safe.
Excellent. Thank you, folks.
Love them.
Joe,
They good? That's right. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks.
I love Aunt Angie, Uncle Joe.
Incredible people. You get right along with them.
Thank you.
They really just lead this trip and just show you a great experience, and just it's awesome. They're
Thanks,
awesome.
thanks you
Good
too.
people.
Yeah, they make the trip better because honestly, without them here, I feel like, because usually other study abroads, you don't have your professors with you and stuff like that. Like having them here, like made it more like, it felt like more of like a family coming together and like traveling together. Like I kept saying, like this entire trip, like it's like a high school trip where like you always have like the parents coming with you. It's like the trip made out of the group chat. It's like one of the best ideas ever. Like definitely do this. It's like one of the best choices I've ever made.
Excellent. Thank you, you too.